Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning. I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky.
You are too.
I have a confession.
All right, Usher, let's hear it.
Did you just call me Usher?
He's got confessions.
Usher. Does he say his own name?
Of course he does. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to start doing that when I go into a room.
Jana
Banana. She's living lucky. Woohoo. Okay, here's my confession. Yesterday, I was starving. And Jason was on a coaching call with his 300 students.
It was a long one, too.
And so I couldn't say, excuse me, honey.
I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
I don't want to get hangry on you.
Are we planning on doing something for lunch?
Yeah, and I had not been to the grocery store yet.
Yes, which, I know I can go to the grocery store too, but this is usually Jason's territory. Jason,
I like going to the grocery store.
Not only do you like it, but you're a little territorial about it. Like when we go to the grocery store, I feel like the little kid that's tagging along.
Is this the right bell pepper?
I know.
Is this the right steak?
I feel like I have to ask for permission. I'm like, do you care if I get this? And is this one okay?
I want this.
I'm like, I want to get some apples.
I want raspberries.
Do these look okay?
Are these the right raspberries?
I feel like I have to approve everything through you. So anyway, I'm like, Tater, come on, let's just go sneak and we'll get lunch together. Now, of course, I felt a little lazy and I'm like, I don't feel like putting my chair in the car and, it's just a whole to-do. So we hopped in the car. I left my chair in the garage and we go out to get lunch. So without a chair, I'm like, we got to go through a drive-through, right? So we went to Chick-fil-A. Now, I have my go-to Chick-fil-A order.
Oh, your
which
go-to
is
menu
usually
items.
Nuggets so that I can share with my dog.
Yeah, that 50-50 diet.
Yeah, it's one for me, one for Tater. One for me, one for Tater.
I know that Tater loves that menu item.
Yes, it always tastes better when you share it with your dog. Here's the deal. I felt like spicing it up a little bit.
There you go.
So I ordered a milkshake.
Did you get one for Tater?
No. Dogs can't have milkshakes, can they?
I don't know. I bet they can, but I don't think it works out well for them.
Anyway, here's the thing. We had just watched this roast on Netflix about Tom Brady and Ron Burgundy was talking about a cookies and cream something. So I ordered this cookies and cream milkshake. I have to tell you, it was just enough to spice up my day.
Fired you up. Gotcha.
It was
add a little flavor to the day.
It did. It added a little flavor. It added a little flavor to my entire day. I came home, I ended up hopping in my group with my coach, Robin Banks, which I love his name. And I just had so much energy and just that little change was just a pop. That's all I needed.
A lot of times, and I'm not going to recommend that we always go out and get a
milkshake.
Cookies and cream milkshake.
A bad example.
It's not.
I know.
It's not a bad example. I think what's the important part here is a lot of us get in the routine of doing the same thing every single day.
Same old.
Yeah, and then we end up with this so-so life. So same old turns into so-so.
In third grade, I had a spelling word, monotonous.
Oh.
I don't even know if I could spell it to this day.
That just sounds turdy.
But I must say, I remember my dad saying, we would go over my spelling words it was a vocabulary word. And I remember him saying monotonous. What does that mean? And then he would go, boring. Same old. He would get into this.
He would act it out.
He would act it out and he would get into this like this
monotone
monotone
time
voice.
to make the donuts.
Yes. And I still remember him doing it. And my whole life, he would say, how was your day? And I would go, monotonous.
Boring.
Yeah. Same old, same old.
Yeah, and when we get into this same old, monotonous, this routine, and what's horrible is oftentimes our days feel like this wild and chaotic hamster wheel that is boring and monotonous.
Same old, same old.
So there's this dichotomy of busyness, chaotic, and boring and monotonous.
And the law of habituation.
And then you end up with this so-so life that doesn't change or move.
And, I have to ask, why do we do that? And there's really only one reason why. It's because we get busy being busy.
Yes. The doing of doing and
not really taking time to get intentional with what
Preach.
we really want. Not really taking time to communicate with our souls and saying, my coach, Robin Banks, he goes, what are you after?
what are you after?
Yeah, he's
He
like,
gets out of his Australian and gets into this, I don't even know what.
he's African.
Oh, African,
He's
sorry.
from Africa. He's from South Africa.
But they all speak Australian.
Yes. Well, he always does these accents. And so he says that when he went to this restaurant and the waiter, I don't even know what accent he was trying to.
What are you after?
But the waiter was like, what are you after? And so he orders something, and he said he was very clear. He knew exactly what the waiter was asking. But sometimes we just need to ask ourselves, what are you after?
Well, you got to know what you want.
What do you want?
Because if you don't know what you want, you're just going to keep running around ordering what you don't want.
And sometimes that's the problem, is we don't know what we want. However, our souls do know what we want. Our souls do know.
And I love that you went and you actually added a little bit of flavor to your day. Because
You do.
I really do.
You're not disappointed in me?
Absolutely, I'm not
I was
disappointed.
kind of scared to even admit that.
Because think of how, one thing you have to add a new factor in the equation to change the outcome.
I know, but sometimes I'm afraid that I'm going to be imperfect in front of you and that you're going to be disappointed in me.
I'm imperfect all day long. Like I'm doing my best with what I have from where I am.
I know, but you look better naked than I do.
To you, not to me. You look way better naked to me than I do to me. Just FYI.
Here, let's judge. Take off your clothes.
Right. You're already out of your pants, so it's.
Hey, you don't need to tell everyone that.
I thought you were confessing. I'm helping you confess.
Oh my gosh, my confessions are my confessions.
Okay,
You don't need to confess mine.
I was confessing another one for you.
Okay, you know what? I think it's only fair if I confess one of Jason's confessions.
No, I don't even know what's coming.
I'm just kidding.
That had me nervous. I was pinching a hole in the stool with my
I
butt
wouldn't
cheeks.
do that. I wouldn't do that.
I thought it's so.
Oh,
fair
look,
game.
there's a stain on the stool. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but you don't do that very often. So that's like when we treat ourselves, we do want to treat ourselves well. But adding a new factor in the equation allows you to change the outcome. So you came back and you had a powerful experience with your coach. Then you had your energy healing. So you were able to show up differently because you changed something in the equation.
Yeah, cookies and cream.
Sometimes we need to add, like we talk about this often, is sometimes we forget to add fun in.
We do.
And sometimes like we love laughing.
Which
and
is so crazy because people look at us and go, you guys are so much fun.
Well, we schedule
I just sounded like the waiter.
Like how fun does it sound to schedule fun? But when we schedule it, we have it.
That's not fun.
But
when you have to schedule, it's like, oh my God, Jason, it's time to have fun right now.
But then we show up and we have it.
And then he goes, I'm not in the mood.
I don't want to have fun right now. But then we get intentional.
That's not fun.
And then we have fun.
Yeah.
So, but it's making sure we do.
I just said that with a huffy breath. Yeah, I guess.
Monotonous.
Same old, same
Boring.
old.
I can already tell the SEO for this podcast is going to be off the charts with monotonous, same old, and boring over and over and over again.
No, actually, the real seller is going to be when Jana doesn't have her pants on.
Yeah. So we're going to get an X-rated, boring SEO search engine.
With a poop stain on the stool.
Yeah. I think the message here is change something up, make sure we're intentional, and have the awareness around when you're in the same old, and in that law of habituation and expecting something different.
And another thing to remember is sometimes we're just not aware. Again, we're just so busy of being on the hamster wheel of life. We're trying to get the kids fed, walk the dog, clean the house, go to the grocery store. I mean, part of this whole thing was that we haven't been to the grocery store. And I literally looked in the refrigerator.
Empty.
There was nothing to eat.
Yeah.
I went into the pantry. I mean, even our dog has started going in and out of the pantry on her own.
Just looking. Where's the
she
food?
does. She's like, where are the treats?
I think
There's
we've got
like nothing in here.
4 kiwis in the refrigerator.
Yeah, and those are all mushy if you really like poke at them.
Yeah. Don't flip them over.
Right? Because there's probably a little slime on the bottom. Yeah. Anyway, so, I mean, you get busy being busy, and I guess we're just trying, all of us at some level are just trying to survive.
Yeah, and we're all...
And make it look easy.
We're all in our own box. And having an outside perspective on that is often very beneficial, an outside healthy perspective. That's why we have our coaches, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we get to say, okay, where can we add that touch of flavor? Where can we add that slight enhancement that's going to move the needle that starts getting us the results that we're looking for?
Right.
And that's the beautiful thing. So spicing up the day, spicing up the week, spicing up the month, so we don't end up in monotonous,
same old,
boring, and we get to start living lucky.
That is right. And again, I know that we've talked about this in many, many other podcasts, but living lucky is not just living by chance. It's literally taking your life by the wheel. It is creating the life that you want. It is living in gratitude. It is being intentional. It's knowing your desires, lining those up with your decisions, and aligning with your divine design. And when you can get in that energy, then that's when all of the right people come into your stratosphere, all of the right circumstances, all of the right opportunities, and it feels like you are living lucky.
It is a vortex of success and just greatness.
And fun.
Oh.
That's when you don't have to schedule it.
That's right.
That's when it just is. Have a great day, and thank you for being here. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.